Yo, what up, y'all? So, me and my man was here talking. You want to introduce yourself? Well, we already did shit, but pretty much. My man Johnny, we was here talking, and we just felt like recording it, so here we go. But you were saying what now? How men don't treat women as they should?
I don't. I did, yeah, that's what I was saying. You know, because we was talking about topics, and one of those topics amongst responsibilities, you know, actions, etc., women and how we treat our women and how we handle them is definitely an underrated topic from a healthy perspective. Not on some I love women but hating men shit, meaning I think we do genuinely by the masses mishandle our women.
Of course, I agree. But I believe that it's accepted so much that it just is what it is. You know, I remember when I was younger and people used to cheat on their girlfriends, and I felt different. Like, I felt like a bitch in a way because I couldn't do it. It's like, I don't want to give myself away to another woman. Like, what the, and then I was like, all right, this is where the bitch assness come from, because I'm a man. What do I mean give myself away to a woman? You know what I mean? Like, even me and you've had arguments about certain things, like when it comes to women and with threesomes. I never wanted to share my woman with another woman or with anybody. But that was an opportunity that presented itself, and I'm me being a man, I'm like, damn, it's cool, I'm about to have two women, but something in me was just wrong. Like, who wouldn't want two badass women in they bed? But I don't want to share my woman with nobody, and I felt stupid for that. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, damn, I never had a threesome because my dumb ass want to be all tender and not want to share. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know how many opportunities I had to do crazy stuff. But me, no, I don't want to share. I don't want to share my woman. I don't want to give myself away to nobody else. And I felt wrong for that. People told me I was so stupid. Like, what? You better conquer that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want to conquer anything. That's my woman. And first of all, that's me. I don't want to throw myself around like a bat. I'm not a bat. And even to this day, I'm with a woman now. Now I don't care really, but before I was with her, I used to be like, damn, how much women could I have slayed if I just let myself go? But no, I wanted to control myself. I was young. I had it all going on. I had my own apartment at 19. You know how many women I could have had in and out of my house? But I didn't. I felt, yo, man, you don't know how much times I beat myself up because of that. Because I didn't cheat on women. Because I didn't have threesomes. Because I didn't share them. Because I wasn't more, open-minded. Okay, she talks to 3 people. Let me talk to 3 people. I see her sometimes, it was lonely nights I had that I didn't have to have. So what if she's doing whatever she's doing? I'm doing whatever I'm doing. She'll come over, let me smash you out, and then go back with that person. You know what I'm saying? I was young enough to do that. But I didn't, bro, because I felt like I respected myself and I respected women, and you know what I mean? It was just, ugh. But this was my problem, Johnny. I felt like I respected women too much. I felt like I respected my woman too much because they didn't respect themselves. They proposed this idea to me. And that got me thinking, well, maybe I should. Then I'm asking other guys, and they're like, yeah, hell yeah, handle that. And I'm like,
that's a different perspective. Yeah, facts. I think when a woman proposes that kind of thing versus a man proposing it, it does change the outlook.
Yeah, I was just like,
Yeah,
I'm like, why would I want to do that?
that's different.
Like, I know she got a fatty. I know she's beautiful.
You know what's crazy though? I'm the same way. I'm not. My woman is my home. Like, you are my tranquility. You are not meant for the general population. And I don't think a lot of men got that kind of mentality.
I don't think so either.
They have their mans in the crib smoking while they girl in the next bedroom. They willing to introduce certain topics while they woman is
they willing.
You know what I mean? Like,
to grab up on their woman.
Yeah, like it's certain things that I think we put our women in a proximity where they don't even belong in that proximity.
Okay, but listen to me too, because I noticed that women slay more women than men. So while we're sitting here talking about men like man is a competition, no, women are more competition to us than men, because a woman would listen. I know too much. I mean,
women are definitely way more.
Yeah, like
sexual.
You won't even know that they ate each other out.
No.
That's just something that's just like, hey.
if you can read between the lines, fuck that. If you just know women enough, they are way more sexual.
Of course,
they are way more indulged into that field than we ever will be.
Well,
and
let's
they
not
care about
put
that.
a general on it, but
no. Generally,
generally,
I think I can say that. Yeah, generally, they got us outclassed. We're not even invested from that degree the way they are.
Yeah,
we're more territorial in that degree than they are.
Unless we want to, let's say, a threesome or something, then we're open. Somehow we're open, like we're not sharing our woman with another person because it's a woman. Bro, don't you know a woman would take your woman faster than a man would take your woman?
I don't think a lot of men care about that.
They don't.
I think as long as
and that goes back
know,
to the respect.
Nah, I think a lot of men truly don't. Like, a lot of men be like, yo, you as a woman, you gonna take my girl out to eat her out? I don't give a fuck. It ain't no meat on that sandwich. We truly don't care. I get that. I'm not saying you. I get that. Because you, much like myself, I wouldn't want nobody touching my woman. That is mine. Nobody. That's just the law. I get that. But all in all, even outside of that perspective, I don't think we handle them accordingly. Skip a physical standpoint, because physical isn't the majority of what women come from. From them, it's either emotional or mental. Emotionally and mentally wise,
it depends on what type of woman you got. Because I remember when, I was at work 2 weeks ago or something, and it was Valentine's Day, whatever. I don't even know what day that was. That was a while ago, 3 weeks ago now. My time's a little off. But anyways, this woman had a bouquet of roses in her hand or some shit like that, and I was like, oh, she spent money on her man. I was joking with her, really a light joke conversation. You know how you joke. So, oh no, I would never ever. And mind you, we're at work. I'm a security guard. Not supposed to curse at a security guard. You're not supposed to get loud with us, and we'll walk you the fuck out. Anyways, I'm not like that. But so, oh no, I would never spend money on a nigga. Fuck out of here. Yo, start going crazy in the professional setting. Just because I said, hey, she spent money on her man, huh? Like jokingly and stuff. She's like, yo, she felt offended by that just because I said you might have spent money on a man. So it's some women that don't value us. So in that same token, it's almost like when y'all together and it's a butt of heads, you know, it's like always, oh, men this, women that, like we're fighting, we're in competition with each other, like, you know, oh yeah, he did that for me, I don't got to do that for that nigga.
With us, though.
You don't really think that, but
you know what,
sadly it's a lot going on.
You know what it is, though? I think, I hate to say it, but I think it's of this kind of color that we think that way. That is a competition. Everybody else don't operate on that frequency. But I will say this much. I will say this much, though. Sadly, I am one of those kind of guys who don't manage or handle their women to the absolute best of their ability. But I will say this much. I'm blessed enough to know a lot of women in an intimate perspective. There are a lot of women that will spend money on you. There are women who spent money on me despite the fact that I told them not to. And it made me uncomfortable. And it made me really second guess shit. Because now, by default, I have to give you something because I feel like I'm indebted by whatever time it took for you to give me something that I don't even think I fully deserve because I didn't want you to do it in the first place. Because I know I'm mishandling you. Well, there's some women who gave me etc. etc.
Well, that just goes back on the to the person. Like, you say you don't think we handle our women the way we should. I say it's a human thing. I say women, like, we don't handle our partners. Now, I'm not talking about us as men. I'm talking about us as human beings. Now, women and men, we don't handle our partners the way we should. Let's change the how
narrative.
Yes. Us as humans, soul to soul now. No dick, no pussy, no tits, no nothing.
I can't do that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's a lot of women. I'm not a sexist. This isn't picking sides.
No, it's not a sexist thing.
It's not picking sides.
I mean,
there are a lot of women who truly do the best they can for their men, and then some.
Yeah, you just said some women though.
Well, I don't know a whole lot of women in the world. You know, all I know is what I know.
Well,
so from that perspective alone, from what I gather, if I had to ratio it, I would lean in women's favor of saying they go above and beyond and extra.
Well, me and you've had two different perspectives on women. You've been fortunate to have some, you know, kind of decent women relationships in your life. Me, I've had like the worst. I feel like, you know, like I've had like women that think like women are so much better than men, like, you know what I mean, that men are just like dirt, you know. It's almost like you ever see a woman walking and she's walking straight, she ain't, you know, she's just walking straight, but she see you now, she'll look over until she walks past you, and then she'll like look straight again, like just to like go out of her way to ignore you, you know what I mean? Like I kind of always felt like that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I always got in with women that don't value me or don't see me or whatever, you know. A lot of times they used to tell me what they wouldn't allow, like, oh, I ain't gonna allow no nigga to do this, do that, whatever. And, you know, me, I would just, not to say I don't have boundaries, but it ain't really like that, you know. I'm not like in competition with you. I'm not like setting boundaries from the go. You know what I mean? Like, I think we all got I'm just trying to love you.
I think we all got a point to prove, and somehow that gets lost in translation. I think to a degree, like, granted, I have an image, and like we said in a past group, ego is universal. It's unisex. Women and men have ego. women have ego just as much as we do. They want to be seen, but not seeing you. I want you to see or notice the fact that you see me. You get what I'm saying? Women have just as much ego as we do. They want to look at you until the fact that you meet eyes, and then, like you just said, they will divert and pretend as if I wasn't looking at you too. I want the attention to be on me. That doesn't take away from the fact that she also secretly wants to cook you a nice fucking meal after a long day.
That's your experience.
I'm not saying
these women don't want to do shit for you.
I'm not saying that some do or some don't.
Most of them don't. The art of being a wife is lost, and you know that. Well, you might not know that. For me, what I see in my perspective, the art of being a wife is lost.
Oh, that goes
and
back
same
to the
with
topic.
A husband.
That goes back to the topic.
Same with a human.
That goes back to the topic. I do believe that if men... Do you think most men are leaders?
Hell no.
Okay. Do you think most men can get behind a man that's not a leader?
Say that one more time.
Do you think most women can get behind a man that is not a leader? It's a simple question.
Not behind him, but beside him. I think women nowadays would like a man that's a little step down so they could step beside him, and work. And now we could see eye to eye. But a man that's just always pose himself as I'm the leader, I'm the head. Sometimes it's hard to see eye to eye with this motherfucker. Sometimes it's ego driven. Men can be very ego driven.
Leaders aren't ego driven.
Well, most men are not leaders. If that's the case,
that answers my question.
If you have to care about others in order to lead, then most men simply cannot do it.
You just answered my question.
That's a requirement.
You well put that. A leader, and the truth be told, a leader typically, the wolf thing, the male eats first. In most cases, the leader eats last. I'm strong enough to take, I'm strong enough to endure. You are weaker than me. By default, I want you guys to eat first. I can endure this, and I can lead you to the next meal.
Sure.
I can keep you guys belly full. You don't have to worry. I got this. I'm strong enough to do this.
Yeah. Sacrifice.
And I can keep my own belly full while doing this.
It's called sacrifice.
I'm just that good. Exactly. So it's just, and you answered it. Most men aren't like that, which also leads me to say we've misled our women because we have a majority of men saying that they are leaders.
True. They don't even know.
You have women following them. Most women will say, I want to be joint side to side, but I do think...
Well, so tell me this. Then why do women go for the most strongest, tallest, handsomest motherfuckers?
They need assurance.
Those are the most selfish.
Don't you go for the most
selfish
loyalist
motherfuckers?
Don't you go for the,
abusive, why would you... I mean...
I'm not going to
say they want a man that's 6'5", right? But when he turn around and start beating their ass, then what?
I think they go for that kind of man for the same reason we go for a woman.
I don't go for that type of woman.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying the same reason why they go for that kind of men is the same reason why we as men collectively, of all races, go for the same batch of women that we know not good for us. It's called human nature. I think it's equilibrium in that conversation. They go for the same calisthenics that we go for in women, both of which lead us to no good. So that's just an equal opportunity. That's just a bad decision off of human nature, not man or woman. We go for fat asses and titties and the washed out lip. They go for 6-foot niggas that probably don't remember their fucking name.
So it's a human problem. It's not a man
that's
problem.
True enough.
Or woman.
But I will say, if men were leaders, being a leader solidifies everything.
Well, some women are naturally lesbians, so
That's fine.
I don't think
I mean, I'm not.
it's
not
just
even,
a man thing. Goes back to being a human thing because a lot of women like women. They don't even want a man to do shit for them.
Yes, they do.
I know women
That goes back to the
don't
ego
want a
thing.
Man,
That goes back to the ego
it's
thing.
the ego thing, but they don't want a man to be within 10 feet of them.
If
They
you
can't
give a
stand
woman to her
motherfuckers.
own devices and listen to her talk long enough, she's gonna tell you the man that she wants, that she's too good to have.
Or the woman.
Uh-huh.
Or the woman she wants.
I'm not saying that
Some
of
women
them.
don't like niggas.
I'm not saying
So that
that's
takes
not
the pressure
case,
off of us.
But I don't think that's the majority of women. I think the majority of women, I'm not saying that women don't like that don't exist. I'm saying that I think the majority of women, if you listen to them long enough, they will tell you the kind of man that they're looking for.
Of course.
Whether
But
they
it
think
won't be you. Maybe.
That's fine. But he does exist.
Of course.
It doesn't have to. Thank God it ain't me. But I'm just saying, like, it ain't.
Lesbians give it up. I mean, all the time.
Lesbian give it up all the time. That's true. You are still a woman.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you convince yourself of this, that.
But butchers are different. All right, that's all.
That's a rabbit hole.
But yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, if you listen to them long enough, they'll tell you exactly the kind of man that you're looking for, the exact kind of man that they hope they can find. I do think, in all honesty, that if men were leaders the way we actually claim ourselves to be,
things wouldn't be this way.
things wouldn't be this way. At least not as bad.
No,
We can't please everybody, but I don't think it would be as bad. It do start with us.
Of course.
It do start with us.
Cause
Now, a lot of motherfuckers might be like, "Oh, it ain't fair," or whatever.
what ain't fair?
That the majority of the abundance of the responsibility lands on you.
It has to, because
A lot of men don't think like that.
Yeah.
And that's just the facts.
in ancient times, who the fuck was out there getting the mills and risking their lives and bringing
Leaders.
men.
Leaders.
Yeah.
Leaders.
That's
And you don't
why-
gotta be the first. You don't gotta have the crown to be the only leader. No, you could. A leader is a leader. That's in your character. That's just
Yeah,
regardless
you
of
could
what.
be in the desert leading a fucking team.
Bottom line,
Bottom line.
you don't have to lead the team.
I think
to be
I'd
a leader.
rather be in the desert.
But the bottom line is, you don't have to have a titleship. A leader, that's in your foundation.
Yeah, a leader is a servant to all, in my opinion.
No, he is. He wants the majority to eat before him.
That's how my leader.
And I'm going to lead you to get to that spot.
The greatest of us
That's a
all
leader.
is a
I
servant.
don't think that's a
first.
majority of men. So the reason why we have a fucked up,
So do you, to flip the question, do you think the majority of women will be able to care without receiving? Not to say, because like, if a man can't lead, it's better if a woman. I would rather a good woman to lead than a dumbass man. I'm sorry.
negative. I don't even think a good woman wants to lead. And I'm going to say this because I've heard
A good woman has to lead.
I'm going to say this
But
again.
a man is a
Women
dumbass.
will tell you out their mouth, I do not want to lead.
Yeah, but they would if they had to.
They don't want to. They're not built to do that.
A lot of women
And I'm not
would
saying
do
that.
it.
I'm not saying that they won't. But the engineering is going to kick in to a certain degree. At some point in time, it's going to be like they're going to hit a wall. Like, bro, this is your fucking job.
Yeah, we all hit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to hit a dead end. Like, I can fool myself for so long. This is your job.
Yo, I remember. That's funny because I give you an example. I remember, like, this woman. She came to my house or whatever, and she liked me, and I had these posters I wanted to put up, and I put them up, but I didn't have like a step ladder to put up the LEDs around my whole house. She said, "No, don't worry, I'll put up your LEDs or whatever, right?" So she got a chair, And I let her. She said she would. She said it with enthusiasm. I'll put up your LEDs, don't worry. I'm like, all right, cool. There's no problem for you. Cool. Do it. So I let her do it. So by half the like apartment, because the shit was like 150 feet LED. About half of it, she was like, all right, I'm done. You do it. Shit, I'm not doing your work for you. I said, you said you was going to do it, and I left you to your work that you said you were going to do. What the how the fuck is it my job?
You know.
Now, you said you wanted to
I'm not
do
even
it.
trying to fuck your head up. You know why you should have told her no thank you?
I should have.
You should.
But I was just like, go. She was so enthusiastic,
I
Johnny.
get it.
She was like, yo, I'll do it. I do it all the time. Like, don't worry. I'm like, okay.
That's not their nature, bro. That's not their nature.
Yo, it was. I was looking at her like
think
crazy.
if we
Like she
stick-
was crazy. Like, didn't you say you were just going so enthusiastic about this?
And this is why I say, like, if men will lead us, no thank you. No thank you. I got it. I don't gotta worry about that. That's not even your nature.
But women do decorate, so I wanted
Not
to
to
see
say
what
that
the-
you don't.
I wanted to see what her ass had.
Not to say that you don't.
And,
And some women will do it, but for the majority
her
of
shit
the
was
judge,
plump up there shaking. I was like, all right, cool. She's doing it. And she just got tired.
that's not their job.
Hey.
If you know you don't fit for that description, at some point you're gonna hit a wall. Like, yo, I don't belong doing this. This is not
She
what I'm
realized-
engineered to do.
She realized real fast those
You got a
grapes
lot
was
of
shaking
men-
off the fucking branch.
You got
I'm
a
like,
lot of men who will put their woman in a position that they do not belong in and exhaust them.
They asked.
Even if they asked.
Don't do it.
Even if they asked. If you as a leader know for a fact you are the leader, are you going to let somebody who's unfit to be a leader be a leader?
No.
So there you go. That
But you
answers
don't
that.
know what they got though. So
I'm not
I
saying-
didn't know
I'm
if
not saying
she
you
was
don't got
unfit
it.
or not.
I'm not saying you don't got it. I'm saying I'm the leader. Let me take care of this.
Shit,
I'm going to get the best out of you if you play your position and I play mine.
True.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. But she was just a straggler. I didn't know what was her position. I was trying to figure out maybe you could decorate my whole house and
Truth
I'll
be
find
told,
some
I
use
think-
for you. Go ahead, do it.
I think stragglers, you're not a leader. Just be a straggler.
No, yeah, she could decorate
not
my
a-
house as a straggler. Go, you said you know how to do art. Do that shit. Straggler. You said you like me and I'm so handsome. Do it. You don't want to do it? Okay, go. Shit, that's all I needed you for. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I needed her for more than that. Because women are useful.
They are.
Even if you don't think it's no use for them, people are useful in general.
Nah,
Not just like, she's a human being. You know, she was cool. But I did use her though. But she asked for it. Whatever. But yeah. This was a good one.
most definitely.
Any last thoughts or whatever?
I lost my goddamn straw.
I can't believe we started such a controversial topic though. We started off hot. With
For
this
nothing,
one.
no. I just
This one was a hot
I
topic.
do understand where a lot of women complain about men,
Me too.
and it's not going on deaf ears.
But it's human.
And this is
It's not
only-
just men.
this is-
It's not
no.
a human thing.
No,
But
no. It's not human. It's about the gender roles that we play, and I believe in gender roles. I do believe, and I
I do
don't
too.
think every woman deserves a good man. Let me correct that.
Of course, that's
I don't
all I'm
think-
saying too.
I don't think every man deserves a good woman. Like, it's an equilibrium
It's a
thing.
human thing. Human.
Okay, human. But for the general just, I do think that if men operated in a certain frequency, women would fall in line. They would have no
Yeah.
choice.
We're respectful. A description of a man is a lot of things. We should go through that as well. Like one day,
Thoroughly.
we should go thoroughly. What is the description of a man and what's his role? His role is to
I
sacrifice.
think we all kinda
and to
know
be
that,
a servant. Not everybody does.
Nah, I'm not saying you.
Even me, like I know the general gist of it, but I don't really know what a man is. Like, like I'm just, I know who I am as a man.
I think most
I
good.
identify myself as God's child.
I think
many
most
things.
good dudes who question what a man is but try to be the best man that they can be is a good man. Now, if you assume you are a good man but don't execute shit about being a man at all, let alone wonder what is a good man, you're probably not a good man. You're self-absorbing, you're egotistical, you're an asshole, most likely. You're exactly what women complain about. You're not a servant. You're not making sure that everybody else's plate is full.
You just care about yourself.
You're not even. You're
a narcissist.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not even a.
You're literally a narcissist.
That's exactly
You
what
only
I'm
care
talking
about yourself.
That's the typical man that women complain about.
Well,
and not for nothing.
I pray I never become one. And I don't think I will. Because I think I would already became that. Maybe. People change, though.
And with that, we can end this.
Definitely. Yo, later, y'all.
Good talk.
Good talk.